Hey guys, gather round. You hear that? Drip, drip, drip. That's the sound of my hard-earned money going right down the drain. It's annoying, sure, but it's actually your faucet trying to tell you something. Today we're going to learn its language, so you don't have to call a plumber every time something springs a leak. Knowledge is power, kids. Now, don't just ignore that little puddle. If you let it sit, it'll warp the cabinets, ruin the counters, and before you know it, we're replacing the whole kitchen floor. And I am not doing that on a Saturday. Let's handle this now, while it's still a 5-minute fix and not a call the insurance company disaster. Most faucets look pretty much the same on the outside, all shiny and chrome, but underneath the hood, it's a whole different story. There's some real engineering going on in there, and you gotta understand the machine before you start turning wrenches. All right, let's look at the guts. There are 4 main types of faucet technology. Knowing which one we have is half the battle. If you know how it's built, you'll know exactly why it's breaking. You've got the old-school compression faucets, Grandpa's favorite, the ones with the rubber washers that always leak. Then you've got ball, cartridge, and disc. Most modern houses use cartridge or disc because they last longer, and luckily for us, they're way easier for us to fix. Here's the dad shortcut. If you have to crank the handle like you're arm wrestling it to stop the water, it's a compression faucet. If it just takes a smooth little flick or a quarter turn, it's one of the newer ones, probably a cartridge. All right, Sherlock, let's find the leak. Is it dripping from the spout, or is there a puddle at the base? Check this out. 55% of the time, that puddle at the base is just a worn-out O-ring, a tiny rubber circle that costs about 50 cents. Another 25%? Just some loose hardware that needs a quick tighten. See, most broken things just need a little TLC. Think about what these little rubber rings go through. Hot water, cold water, constant turning. After a few years, they just get tired and brittle. They can't hold the line anymore. That's when the water starts escaping. In most modern faucets, all those seals live inside one single part called the cartridge. It's the heart of the whole thing. It controls the flow and the temperature. The best part? When it goes bad, you just pop the old one out and slide a new one in. Simple as that. But hey, what if the handle is giving you attitude? If it's stiff or feels like there's sand in it, that's usually just mineral buildup. Limescale, gumming up the works inside. That friction makes the handle stick, but a worn-out cartridge or those same old O-rings can also make it feel gritty. All right, enough talk. Let's get our hands dirty. You don't need a giant toolbox for this, just a few basics and a little bit of patience. First up, weak water flow. Is it trickling or spraying everywhere? Before your mind goes to big, scary plumbing problems, stop. Look at the very tip of the spout. 9 times out of 10, the entire problem is just a clogged aerator. Easiest fix in the book. Unscrew the little cap at the end. Pro tip, if you use pliers, wrap them in electrical tape so you don't scratch the finish. Keep it looking sharp. Take a picture with your phone so you remember how the little screens go back in. Soak them in a cup of plain white vinegar for about a half hour, give them a scrub with an old toothbrush, rinse them off, and you're back in business. Now, whoa, stop. Before we go any further, and I mean any further, we need the golden rule. Look under your sink. See those 2 little handles? Turn them clockwise, righty-tighty. Then open the faucet to let the last bit of water drain out. Seriously, never start taking a faucet apart until you've done this. Water's off? Good. Now you're ready to get inside for the bigger stuff. Look for a tiny little set screw hiding under a decorative cap. Use an Allen key, loosen it up, and the handle should lift right off. That's your ticket to the retaining nut and the cartridge. Once you've got it fixed, let's make sure it stays fixed. If you remember one thing, make it this: plumber's grease. This stuff is magic in a little tub. Whenever you put in new O-rings or a new cartridge, put a light coating on all the rubber parts. It helps the seals slide into place without tearing and keeps the rubber from drying out. Plus, it makes the handle feel like butter. Do not skip this. And finally, let's avoid the rookie moves. Always pad your pliers. Scratched chrome is a big flashing sign that says, "I didn't know what I was doing." When you clean that aerator, take it all the way apart. And here's a big one. After you finish a repair and before you put the aerator back on, turn the water on for a second to flush out any gunk you knocked loose. Lastly, remember, when you're tightening things, snug is the word. Don't go full Hercules on it or you'll just crack something. So there you have it. From a clogged aerator to a full cartridge swap, you've got the playbook. That little drip isn't a mystery anymore. It's just your faucet talking to you. And now you know exactly what to say back. I'm proud of you guys. Now let's go get some ice cream. My treat, since you saved me a massive plumbing bill.